Morning. Good morning, Arsene. Can we start with your team, please?
Well, we have back in the squad Aaron Ramsey is back in full training, and Laurent Koscielny that we lost at Bayern Munich as well. Are both back in full training.
What's the latest on Mohamed El Neni?
El Neni has an ankle problem that should be sorted out in 3 weeks. He got injured at Sutton, but he will not be available for tomorrow for Saturday's game.
Olivier Giroud didn't play at Sutton either. He's okay though.
Olivier Giroud is back in the squad as well.
And just one last one from me on Liverpool. What sort of challenge are you expecting from them on Saturday?
Well, it's always high intensity, very competitive. Anfield is a special place always, you know, where the fans are behind their team. The team plays at a good pace, and for us, after a little break, it's important to switch on quick. We have seen that's not easy. Liverpool has shown that against Leicester. After a break, it's important that you're ready from a start on again. And we lose a little bit the rhythm of a competition, and for us it's vital to start strongly at Liverpool.
Arsene, you've had a long spell since your last game. What have you found most useful and what have you found most challenging about the gap?
Most useful is to give some competition to players like Welbeck. He could play 2 games, and so that is of course was good for us. The second year we could work on our on fitness front and tactically as well. So overall that is positive. The negatives is that you lose a little bit the rhythm of a competition, and so you have to deal well with that and to prepare well mentally to start strong again when the competition starts again.
13 games left, 13 points behind Chelsea. Do you see yourself as still in this title race, and if so, what makes you confident that you can catch them?
But we have to focus on our next game. You know, we have a game in hand. Things can change quickly, but to do a thing like that, you need an exceptional rhythm in your results, and as well Chelsea to fade. So at the moment I think it's more important that we focus on winning our games and focus on our next game rather than dreaming of coming back to Chelsea.
You said a couple of weeks ago that you would make up your mind about next season within 2 months. Have you made that decision yet?
No.
Are you close to making that decision?
Look, I think there is no need to come back on that at the moment.
You also said you will manage next season, whether it is here or elsewhere. Luis Enrique has announced he will leave Barcelona at the end of the season. Would that be a job that interests you?
No, my preference has always been the same and will remain the same, of course. So I'm not looking for jobs in other clubs or for jobs of other people. I just focus on me getting to the next level and trying to improve, because I think as well competent managers is to always try to improve and always try to see what you can do better and reinvent yourself, and that's what I try to do, and that's basically it.
Enrique made that announcement sort of mid-season. Do you think that type of announcement can be detrimental to the team mid-season?
No, not really. I believe that the players have a target, the team targets, you know, and I don't think that will be detrimental. It can be positive as well.
Just on a story doing the rounds recently about China, can you confirm that you rejected an offer to manage in China?
No, I do. This press conference is about the game at Liverpool, you know, not about my own future and what I turned down or not down. Thank you.
Arsene, how important psychologically to the team is winning a game against the top 6 away from home? Because your recent record, frankly, has not been very good. And how much what sort of message would it send to your players?
Yes, I agree with you that it is even more important because we have not done well recently in this kind of games, and for us, this kind of game like Liverpool, of course, is an opportunity that we want to take, and we have to go and take and not wait for the result. The result comes with a taking attitude, and that for me is the most important, is that we go and just have from a start on a positive attitude. After, for the rest, the consequence for the rest of the season, of course, it will have vital consequences.
Laurent Koscielny said after the Bayern game that Arsenal had a mental problem in those big matches. I mean, what have you done to address that?
Well, he wanted to say that you lack a bit confidence because when you have a bad result like that, of course, it plays on your mind. And but I just think you have to focus on the way you want to play and on the desire to win, to fight, and to take the opportunity. You have to show that you have to show your quality. After that, the recent history being negative, as you just said, that doesn't help, you know. But you have to be strong enough to deal with that.
Last season, 71 points got you second place.
Mm-hmm.
Have you set us some sort of target? With a third of the season left, you're going to need more than 71 points just sometimes to get into the top 3 or 4.
I don't know. We'll see. Things can change very quickly, you know, at the end of the season. Many big teams playing against each other. It's very difficult to predict at the moment how many points will be needed. We are in a mode now where you want to win your next game.
Is Mesut Ozil okay? There were some reports that he went home ill from training.
Look, we'll see. I don't know. It should be okay, yeah.
Arsene, we haven't heard from you since the sacking of Claudio Ranieri. What's your reaction to that?
I was, like everybody else in football, surprised and disappointed. And I take this opportunity to wish him well and congratulations to what he has achieved with Leicester.
Where does it leave the Leicester fairy tale?
Well, I would believe that what will be remembered is what they have achieved last year, and what will happen in the future for Leicester, I don't know. It's in the hand of the players. They responded well against Liverpool, and overall it's very difficult to predict what will happen. They're in a fight, of course, to stay in the league. I think they have enough quality to stay in the league.
Arsene, you mentioned Danny Welbeck's had a couple of games during this break. Is he now ready to start for the first team?
He's in contention.
Because you've been very careful with bringing him back.
Yes, because he had a bit ups and downs with his response, you know, with his knee problem. And I followed the advice of medical people as well.
While we've all been away, Santi Cazorla's, I believe, had a setback. Is he out for the rest of the season?
Who?
Santi Cazorla.
Cazorla, I am not specialized enough because it's a special problem, you know, on his car. And at the moment, the only thing I can say, I haven't seen him in training, not even in fitness work. So now it will be short.
Did they tell you that he might play again this season?
It's possible, but they expect how he heals from his scar. And once that is done, he can practice very quickly, very normally. But at the moment, that is not done. So we are now beginning of March, so it's very difficult to predict. When you think when the player starts to train again, you have at least, after such a long interruption, 6 weeks to be competitive for place in the team. If you add 6 weeks today, you know you're already mid-April. That means it will be, of course, very short for him now.
It must be very frustrating for you.
It is very frustrating for us because at the start of the season was maybe the star of the team, you know, and overall, it is a big loss for us. But I'm especially sad for him. He's a guy who loves so much football. For him, football is so natural that he suffers a lot not to be on the football pitch.
During this break, do you feel that the players have had the chance to get the body blows of losing at Chelsea and Bayern sort of completely out of their system?
Look, yes, but it gets never completely out of the system, you know.
Do you think they owe you? Do they owe you?
They own themselves a performance, you know. That these are quality players, and I think on the day all went against us as well because we were 1-1 at half time, and in the second half everything went against us. We lost Koscielny quickly, and we conceded quickly behind that before having adjusted 2-3 goals, basically 53, 56, 63. So after that, of course, it was mentally very difficult, but we responded at Sutton. That was quite a tricky game, and we want to respond again tomorrow. And then we have an opportunity after that against Bayern to show that we can give them problems.
And just finally, just to clarify something you said earlier about your future, you said your preference is always the same. What do you mean by that?
Look, I've been here for 20 years, you know, and I had many times the opportunity to leave. So I don't think I have to convince you that my preference has always been Arsenal. And but of course, I'm as well objective and lucid enough to make the right decision for myself and the club as well. The club is free to make the decision he wants, and I will respect that.
Thank you.